So I would never take 6-star testosterone booster, but my doctor that does my testosterone tells me, I'm gonna take one for now. Says you got start taking boron, you'll get more out of your you'll get more out of your testosterone. Something with the, I want to say the free testosterone. I don't remember completely, but I'm doing my blood work every 6 months, like I have for the last 6 or 7 years, and he just told me that, and to always get your what do you call it? Get your donate blood. So I'm usually pretty good about that. I just started up, and I'm telling you, it's been about 4 or 5 days since I donated blood, and I feel fucking terrific after. That's the one thing that I notice when I donate blood on testosterone. And I don't take a huge amount, but I take a little Nandrolone and a little of that, and I'm telling you, like, that's what fucking it's going off because this shit's heavy. Oh no, I forgot that got a thing in it. So anyway, separate, complete, whatever. One side effect that I find, and you know, when they use the word this blank blank on steroids, or, you know, da 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 da, I kind of feel like steroids can make you whatever your personality is times, you know, on steroids. You know what I mean? So one thing that I find is, you know, most people that take and abuse performance enhancing drugs and aren't taking like therapeutic doses are taking like a lot of fucking gear. I really see, like, I don't think people talk about this because it would make no sense to talk about this. It's kind of obvious. I kind of feel like it makes a lot of these motherfuckers arrogant. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why God didn't make you 200 pounds, because you're a dickhead. And, you know, he don't want you walking around thinking that you're God's gift to the human race, because that's just one thing that I see. I'll see people that in person or on the internet, because I like look at people like that are on gear, and I kind of just look at them and I imagine them without the gear. That's who they really are. You know what I mean? Like, Brock Lesnar would be a big fucking dude without gear, you know? But he probably was a little bit of a dickhead, you know, when he was in 6th or 7th grade. And, you know, you take that shit and you magnify that part of your personality. I just feel like it just makes people, I think it makes people arrogant, and it makes people, like, out of touch with, you know, like, with fucking reality. You know, you look at people like, you know, everybody in the UFC and MMA and shit like that is pretty much on fucking gear. You know what I mean? Or they wouldn't be able to do jiu-jitsu and heal and all. I'm not going to get into all of that shit, but you look at the arrogance of people, and then you start combining, like, street drugs with this stuff. You know, like this right here, Broncaid, ephedrine. That's all it is ephedrine. I get it at the pharmacy. It's like $15. Show them your ID. I can tell when I take that shit, when I take 2, I can tell, like, I start getting in my own head, you know, and start getting, like, upset at nothing. There's nothing even wrong, and I'll catch myself just getting like thinking about somebody that I know that needs an ass beaten, and thinking about just like rolling, and I'll have to go, bro, what are you doing? You know what I mean? I see people taking drugs like Tren. I don't see a lot of people that take halo testing really, other than like before shows, and I'm not really like around bodybuilders like that. You know, if you really want to fuck your life up, I just tell people, take Tren. You know, if you want to get arrested or you've never hit a girl before, take Tren. You know, if you want to get psychologically crazy and take something that's 16 times stronger than regular testosterone, take Tren. You will I just see people lose their fucking minds on it. And I see a real small contingency of people that can take it, and they're not taking fucking huge doses. They're just, they're good dudes, but, or whatever. But halo testing, that shit will make people fucking explode. So there's some things, you combine steroids with street drugs like cocaine or meth or whatever, you're just asking. You're just asking for fucking problems, And I think, testosterone makes me, I'm an emotional person, it makes me more emotional, where I'll have to literally go, all my arrests are pretty much assaults and or felony assaults or whatever, or misdemeanor battery, aggravated this or whatever, nothing to be proud of. I'm going to be 50 years old in 3 years. I'm not trying to put anybody in the hospital. I'm not trying to pay for anybody's teeth. I'm not trying to pay anybody's fucking medical bills or anything. And it's just not a way an adult gentleman would conduct himself unless really needed to. But I can catch myself going, I'm about to box this dude's face off, you know what I mean? Or I'm about to, and it could be over something, simple. Like a dude today pushed his cart into my leg. And I turned around and looked at him, and I didn't say anything. And I turned around, and yesterday I'm at Winn-Dixie, right? So the dude's using the pallet jack. It's kind of, the manager of the store, assistant manager of the store, is using the pallet jack. And this little tweaker, kind of fucking wannabe wigger dude, is like, hey man, can I just get some ice cream out of there real quick? So the man just got to move the pallet jack, turn it on and move it. This dude goes, here man, I'll move this shit, don't, and I go, and I look, and I got my headphones on and shit, and I look, and I go, bro, even the manager's like, yo, and the manager, a young kid, he's like, yo, yeah, no, don't touch that. I go, bro, why would you? And I just look at him, I'm going, why would you fucking assume that you can just turn that on and start moving shit? Would you if my guitar was over here, would you just pick it up and just start strumming it? Don't touch that shit, it ain't yours. And he won't let it go. So he starts mumbling shit because he wants me to engage with him. And I'm just I turn my podcast back on and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. But, I could have caught myself just going, what did you say? You know what I mean? And just slapping him in the face, Not a good thing that you want to do, But I see people that are jealous getting more jealous. I see people that are this getting more this. So you have to kind of just go, one, I'm not buying shit from people that I don't know what it is or whatever. And I have a medical condition where, I need to take testosterone. I shouldn't even say I don't even take the amount of testosterone that I could legally take that's prescribed to me. You know what I mean? Because I just don't see that I need that much. I'm just happy to be able to go to work, go to the gym, feel okay, all of that shit, and, look semi-decent naked at my age. You know what I mean? But I will see people where they get on the gear and they think that they're scary, they think they're intimidating, they think that they're this, they think that they're fucking, I see people just doing cringy shit all the time on steroids, fucking lifting their shirts up in the gym, looking at their fucking, and they don't even have abs. The people that usually have abs aren't looking at their abs, or they're pose, I mean, I take my shirt off and I look in the mirror. I like to use the gym mirror in the bathroom because I want to make sure that I'm not getting fucking like fat. And I weigh myself every couple of days. I'm not fucking in there posing like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, if you want to be a professional bodybuilder, you're going to be doing whatever. Do whatever you want. But I'm just talking about, and don't get me wrong, when kids are young in their 20s, I'll give you a pass for any of that shit. You know what I mean? Because you're young. But when you're like 35, 40 years old, you know, and you're like, I don't know, it's just kind of fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? And you're like a pool cleaning guy or like a pest control guy like I am, and you're fucking like posing like Ronnie Coleman in the fucking mirror. Or every set you're doing, you're taking your shirt off. In between, like, I'm just like, bro, I'm just like going in my head, like, you know, like, what the fuck is, I want to just say, like, in my head, like, this dude is fucking arrogant as fuck, you know what I mean? Or they're just, like, sitting on a machine all fucking day, or they're filming, and they think that all their, like, information, I don't know, they just think they just love the sound of their own voice. And they think that, you know, they're willing to take risks. Like, I'll be honest with you. I don't feel like I could be a professional bodybuilder because I don't feel like I would want to take the amount of drugs that I would need to compete, even at like an amateur level and like win a pro card. I'm not saying that I could win my pro card. I'm not saying that I could do the fucking necessary things that need to be done or whatever, but I'm saying I feel like if I really had like unlimited funds and I feel like I could fucking get pretty close, you know what I mean? I see people that they're willing though they're normally like, you know, 160 pounds. They're trying to put on 40 pounds of muscle. And they got sleep apnea now, and it's like, dude, before I even took testosterone, I was up for about 6-7 months thinking about it, because it was a big decision, you know what I mean? I wasn't like gonna just take this shit and then see what happens, you know, like, it's a big decision, you know, and I don't believe in post-cycle therapy or any of that shit. Like, once you take the shit, you take it. You know, I kind of feel like you're taking it for life.